Swiss hotel, Bosnia and Herzegovina, and it's a lot better at Novotel, Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's my pleasure to invite Mr. Engin Obučić, Cluster Head of Marketing, to join me on the stage. I'm pretty sure you're excited as well and ready for this presentation. Please give him a big round of applause as an expression of support. The stage is yours.
Thank you very much, Emela. Appreciate that. Well, good afternoon. Thank you for attending our presentation. I warmly welcome you on behalf of Swiss Hotel Sarajevo. Swiss Hotel Sarajevo is part of Al-Shid International, which features 3 great companies, Fly Bosnia, Swiss Hotel Sarajevo, and Novotel Bristol Sarajevo. So allow me to share more about the 2 hotels. And then, of course, should you have any questions, we can discuss that afterwards. Okay. So, Novotel Bristol and Swiss Hotel Sarajevo these hotels are a part of Accor group, which is a world-leading travel and lifestyle group. Together, these 2 hotels have over 400 rooms. This is a significant capacity, as you would recognize. Also, these hotels contain spacious meeting and conference rooms, accommodating up to 600 people, which, of course, is a significant capacity for many of us. Now, let's take a look at Novotel Bristol, and let's watch the clip first, just for you to get an understanding of how the hotel functions and what the major themes are. So I'd like to play this clip if possible. Thank you very much.
No one said you should go alone, never have a mind. They tell you it was like that before, whatever you decided. Trail off halfway just like I always have. Straight off halfway just like you thought you had. What's the rush? I know you're never going back to us. What's your right? I may never come back to us. What's the rush? I know you're never going back to us. What's your right? I may never come back to us. What's your right? I may never come back to us. Too late to the right.
Thank you. So, Novotel Bristol is a mid-scale hotel. It is located at the heart of Sarajevo. I'll just give you a few brief, quick facts because we are running out of time. So this is just for all of us to know, which is important, of course. It has 186 comfortable rooms, 4 meeting and event rooms, of course. Capacity, we're talking up to 400 people there. 1 international restaurant with private dining room. It is halal certified, and it is a dry hotel. That has to be emphasized. There are 2 cafes, lounges, wellness and fitness center with massage treatment available there. There's a business corner, kids corner, private indoor parking, and we are serving business, travel and leisure guests from the entire world. So that's Novotel in a nutshell, it is a great mid-scale hotel, it is family friendly, and it's certainly a place where you feel comfortable and where you feel at home. Now let me introduce the Pearl of Sarajevo. This really is a special hotel. It is a 5-star plus hotel, the only one in Bosnia and Herzegovina, a really special place. Let's play the clip first, and then I'll share more about Swiss Hotel. Thank you. So Swiss Hotels and Resorts is an award-winning and distinctive group of deluxe hotels for today's discerning business and leisure traveler, combining the renowned Swiss hospitality with luxurious, fresh and contemporary design. You would feel at home at Swiss Hotel. That's the most important thing for all of us to know. And I certainly invite you to join us and to experience it for yourself. You truly feel at home and you feel at peace with yourself in this hotel. In terms of location, it is located centrally Sydney City Business District. It's got a Swiss-style lounge, beautiful 680 luxury rooms, top-of-the-range presidential suite, best in the region spa center, the fusion restaurant, you've got to see that, Swiss cuisine served with local flair, beautiful. It's non-alcoholic service. It's a dry hotel. There is a Swiss cafe, a la carte restaurant, 4 state-of-the-art conference rooms with lots of daylight, and the guest segments that come to Swiss Hotel usually fall within the business, travel and leisure segment. So these individuals, our guests, come from around the world, and we're always very happy to welcome them and to provide the best of service available in this country. Well, thank you very much for your attention. This was very, very short and I hope very informative, and we would certainly love to see you at Swiss Hotel, well, both at Swiss Hotel and Novotel Bristol Sarajevo. Thank you very much for your attention.
Thank you very much. We wish you a very successful season. And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the next presentation. This time we'll find out a bit more about Turkish Airlines in Bosnia and Herzegovina. I'm looking for the next presenter, and this time it will be Mr. Ahmed Azer Bogatu. It's Marketing and Sales Manager of Turkish Airlines in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Hello, where are you?
I am here.
You are here. Very welcome.
Thank you
the
very much.
The stage is yours.
Indeed. So how can I open this? Is it open now? Yes.
It is open. Yeah.
Now.
You have pointer.
Pointer, very good.
There. Okay.
Yes.
Good luck.
Yes, ladies, gentlemen, a brief presentation about Turkish Airlines and the aviation and tourism industry forecast, and of course the legendary success of New Istanbul Airport I will submit to you, and I hope it won't be boring for you. And the 4 chapters, of course.
Sorry. As I told you, just
Point it here. This. Yes. development of air transport in Turkey. Our aviation sector's growth is about 3 times more than the world. It is good success. And the annual passenger growth of our country, as it can be seen. Now, it is the forecast of 2036. As it can be seen, now the legendary Istanbul New Airport, its area starting with 3 runways, and phase 2 will be 1 more runway, and the phase 3 1 more runway, and the phase 4 will be 1 more runway. Total it will be 6 runway, and the total capacity of 150 million, and it can be expanded up to 200 million. It is the picture of final. Then this started with new terminal area. First main terminal, then it will be expanded this side and this side, and it will be reaching maximum capacity with 500 check-in point. Bridge boarding will be 80%, and now beginning with 143 boarding bridges and 500 aircraft parking positions, and the many other area record of among all of the world's airports. And cargo capacity, cargo hangar will be 5.5 million ton per year. And it will be the biggest maintenance center of the world. Yes, this makes the Istanbul important. Narrow body operations reaching almost 60% population of the world. And the wide body operation almost covering whole world. Istanbul is such a critical point. Yes, development of Turkish Airlines. And the subsidiaries, 14 companies and the 19 billion group turnover. This is the annual passenger capacity of Turkish Airlines. This year we will be expecting 80 million passengers. And connectivity. This is the key point of the airlines, as it can be seen for Africa, for Middle East, Europe, Asia Pacific. We are the best connector of the world. This year we will be opening these destinations and connecting more people. And cargo capacity. Europe's number 1, it will be this year. Aircraft orders and current fleets. As it can be seen from last 4 years, we got stuck Istanbul Airport. It didn't allow us more expansion. Now, with this airport, we will be receiving much aircrafts and the connecting world much better than before. Yes, started Turkish Airlines 1933 with 4 destinations and of course at that time's best aircrafts. Now, starting 2003, expansion. At that time, 55 countries, 103 destinations. Most of them were domestic, but after now, we reached 124 countries and 309 destinations. And 6 countries in South America and 11 destinations North America, covering whole Europe, and the domestic and Middle East, West African, and the Far East as well. This is our network. 124 countries, 306 cities, 309 destinations. There are some cities in some places, for example, England, London, we have 3 airports operation like this. As for Asia Pacific region, we became the best of the airline in this region. Yes, one of the prominent aviation sector, we became best of Europe in 6 years. And our sponsorships and faces. Passengers target 2023, 120 million, $30 billion revenue, and the fleet 500 aircrafts. Development of aviation sector, as it can be seen. Main crisis 85 and SARS, and of course the worst thing happened in, in 2001. In 2033, Asia Pacific will carry the most passenger than any other place from world. This is a very useful scheme showing the average center of the air traffic in the world. In the 60s, 80s, it was Western Mediterranean. Now, up to 2050, it will be going to today's North Gulf area. Yes, these are the main connection schemes of the world air traffic, and we will be the intersection point of these traffics, and we will be the main carriers of these highlighted places. And it shows the connectivity of air traffic, and we became almost center of it. Our growth is indicated in last, as it can be seen. Trip per capita, revenue per passenger average. It goes down, and but traffic is going up. Now, currently, aviation centers, main cities, but after 20 years, more centers for aviation. Yes, it is economical growth, and the aviation, of course, depending on totally the economic growth, and of course, it carried the center through the Far East. And the revenue per kilometer and GDP comparison, it will give a good idea what's going on and what will be the future. And its domestic traffic, about its domestic Turkish traffic, and it will be growing then because of cities growth. And the tourism statistics. Now we are 8 countries globally. Thanks for your attention.
Thank you, Turkish Airlines. We have one more presentation before our third roundtable for today. So, we'll see presentation top 100 in SEE, CNews and Poslovne novine. I now invite Mr. Ermin Cero. He's ready, aren't you, to take his position on the stage? Your presentation is ready, and we're very excited to hear you. He's the pointer, and please...
Pointed there, right?
Yeah,
okay.
I tell it to everybody, pointed there. Okay,
Sure.
good luck.
Thank you. Let me try this. Okay. Good afternoon, everybody. They say that the hardest part for any presenter is to talk after lunch. So hopefully I'll try to keep your attention in next, they told me 10 minutes at most. My name is Ermin, and I'm here on behalf of Poslovne novine LRC and SEE News. And I'm going to do a brief presentation about top 100 in Southeast Europe. Now, we did not actually take the entire Southeast Europe, kind of focused on ex-Yugoslavia and 6 countries that came from ex-Yugoslavia. So, I'll start my presentation with one phrase that I really like. It says that information is the most valuable commodity that I know of. Now, this is not something that I said. It's a words. Those are the words of one fictional character. But I really firmly believe that information is, if not most valuable, but one of the most valuable commodities or goods currently in the market. Right information at the right time can be worth gold. So, we're in the business of information. Now, why is that important? Let's see what one of the, actually he's the father of the modern management, Peter Drucker, said that knowledge has become the key economic resource and one of the, if not the only source of competitive advantage. Now this is in collision with Porter, but it is. Knowledge is really a source of competitive advantage. Now how to get to knowledge? Well, to get to the knowledge we need data, we need information. Now this is shown here. We need data, information, and to get to the knowledge and to have the competitive advantage. This is, as I told you, this is what Poslovne novine LRC and SEE do. We gather information and we basically present it to the public through different means. One of them is for Poslovne novine. Poslovne novine, they're on the market for 47 years, and there are several editions, and we will be focusing on 2 of those at this presentation, and time is really passing by really quickly. Top 100 plus fast-growing companies. Those are 2 really important segments that we will be focusing on. LRC is a provider of all the information that are contained together with SEE, that are contained in these reports. So, LRC solutions enable creating business analysis reports, etc. Okay, so top 100. We took basically largest companies, top 100 largest companies in terms of revenues, and created these reports. Now this is just a part of the data. So as we can see, the largest market basically in terms of revenues for what top 100 is in Slovenia. Top 100 companies in Slovenia do 33.6 billion. This is all in euros. Followed by Croatia 26.1, Serbia 25.9, then we have Bosnia 10.9 billion euros, Macedonia 7.3, and Montenegro 4.4. This is basically shows us how big the market is. Basically, we are taking the sample of 100 companies and showing the size of the market. Now we are in Bosnia here, we are somewhere in the middle. Okay, these are the largest companies, and we took these because basically to show what are the industries that these companies coming from. As we can see, 2 of them are coming from the electricity production, 2 of them are from the oil industry, and 1 in automotive and 1 in construction. If we take a look at furthermore, we will see that basically in most of the countries, first 2 companies are from the oil industry and electricity. Now, in terms of now I'm missing half of a slide here. This is Microsoft, so. Jel vama pokazuje čitav slajd tamo, ili? Aha, I'm sorry, the problem is down there, okay. This is I have a lag. Nazad. I'm sorry about this. Okay, here, even though you cannot see it, basically out of those 100 companies from the Southeast Europe, basically 10 is coming, in the top 20, 10 is coming from Slovenia. Now, I'm going to do this by my memory. 5 is from Serbia, and 4 from Croatia. I don't know the rest. I think there is 1 from Macedonia, and there are no companies from Bosnia in top 20 based on the revenues. However, there are some in one other segment. Now, these are the industries top in Bosnia and Herzegovina. These are the top industries. As we can see, the most of the revenues are coming from the wholesale, from trade, wholesale and retail, 4.1, 4.9, and most of the companies in top 100 are coming from that industry, followed by manufacturing. So these are the 2 most dominant industries in Bosnia and Herzegovina, in top 100. Now, this is basically to show you how one segment of the economy, how big the economy is. But there is one more important segment that Poslovne novine and LCD are basically processing, and that's the segment of fast-growing companies. Why are the fast-growing companies important? Because basically 60 to 70% of all new employees are coming from this segment. Basically, they create new workplaces, 60 to 70%. Now, let's see how we perform in this segment. This is basically how we calculate it. It's called compounded annual growth rate. It takes several years of growth. It takes several years of growth, basically in terms of revenues, to be qualified as a fast-growing company. These are the fast-growing companies. I think there's 21 here in the region. Most of them are coming from Serbia, but we are there. There is 4 companies on the list from Bosnia, and I think in first 21 there are 2 from Slovenia. Now, here what is important is we can compare. We have a really mature market in Slovenia and Croatia because of the size of a market, but there is one really good segment in Serbia and Bosnia, which is a fast-growing companies, because they do create new spots and new employees in any economy. These are basically, again, for Bosnia, because we are in Bosnia and we are focusing here, this round table is about cooperation with Malaysia and Bosnia and Herzegovina. These are the industries from which these fast-growing companies are coming from. Most of them, again, from trade, okay? But what is important, there is a lot in manufacturing, 673,000. There's like 34 companies in top 100 in Bosnia and Herzegovina. Now, since I don't have enough time to go through all of this, all of the data that is possible to draw through, there is a lot more to show off, but unfortunately we don't have enough time to go through all of them. Now, if you have any questions or you need some detailed analysis, yes, we can do that, and I'll be over there. Feel free to ask me anything else, okay? Thank you.
It's even without half of your slide, yeah. Big applause, please. And we will proceed. It's time for our 3rd round table. It is Malaysia and Bosnia and Herzegovina round table B2B session exploring. But first of all, ladies and gentlemen, it is my great, great pleasure to announce the next part of the 10th Sarajevo Business Forum. Ever since its inauguration, Malaysia has been a very good and special friend of Bosnia and Herzegovina and Sarajevo Business Forum. For this special anniversary, the honorary founding patron of SBF, Prime Minister of Malaysia, Tun Mahathir bin Mohamad, honored His Excellency Yang Berhormat Datuk Seri Mohamed Redjuan Yusuf, Minister of Entrepreneur Development of Malaysia, with the mission to explore networking and cooperation opportunities between Bosnia and Herzegovina and Malaysian companies. This round table will be opened by signing the Memorandum of Understanding between Bumiputra Manufacturers and Services Industry Association of Malaysia, represented by His Excellency Datuk Nur Amar Abu Bakar, and Mr. Amer Bukvic, President of the Management Board of Bosnia Bank International, after what we will proceed the round table. Now, I would kindly ask His Excellency Datuk Nur Amar Abu Bakar and Mr. Amer Bukvic to take their positions, to join me on the stage, so they could sign Memorandum of Understanding. Hope